2023. Today, we're going to be talking about a great topic today. A little later coming on live tonight. Right now, it's, what is it? It is 10. It's a little later than I typically go live. It's 10, actually 10:30 right now, actually. Should be actually sleeping, but I want to get this live out and be consistent on going live like I said I would do. Today's day 13 of our challenge that we're doing here, of course. And our challenge, of course, I want you to join us. The challenge is 25 days straight of working out for at least 25 minutes. That's what we're doing here. We have a Facebook group, we have a YouTube channel group we have, and also too, we have a text message group that we have as well. Come and join us, of course. I had some people actually ask me yesterday, could they join the group? Absolutely. Join us. Join us. Start now. Health is wealth, and the longer you wait to work out, the more expense you're accruing on your health. Meaning that if you don't take care of yourself, you require more treatment long down the road and stuff like that. So of course we want to prevent that as much as possible. We want to prevent. Let me make sure I can. You guys can hear me loud and clear. Let me just make sure that on here. Yep. Looks like I'm live. Yep. Let me make sure I can. Yep, I'm live. Okay, perfect. I see it. See myself. Awesome. So let's get started here. This tonight, day 13, or I have some notes I'm looking at right now, looking at my screen that I put together. And we're going to talk about weekend warriors. We're going to talk about weekend warrior prevention. We're going to talk about. And this topic kind of came out of the blue a little bit. I wasn't think I was going to talk about this, but I said, let me talk about this right here. And this weekend warrior prevention. And I know myself, I'm guilty of doing this, playing soccer on the weekends, especially maybe about 3 years ago, I would do this. When I worked in a military base, not in the military, but when I worked with the military, I had a lot of people from all branches, services that came out there. The Williamsburg Stadium they came to. And Williamsburg Stadium was a huge field. And the track around it, and you see people working out, training, and stuff like that. We would play soccer on there. And of course, I played soccer in college and growing up as a kid, played in Germany as well. That's where I started at. And I would do nothing for the week, wouldn't do anything at all for the week. And at this time here was a little stint period, maybe I think it was like 2 months. I didn't do too much. I was kind of taking it easy. Had a lot of other things going on, a lot of other commitments in my life, so I wasn't doing too much. And I think I just moved back to the city at that time. But anyways, I was went out there and played. Haven't done anything, haven't walked anything, exercise in like 2 months. And all of a sudden, I just jump out there and play soccer. And of course, back in my mind, I'm thinking I can move like when I was, 18, 19, 20, and I want to do stuff like that. But then my body said, nope, you're not doing that. I think I played maybe 45 minutes. And guess what I did? I pulled in my groin muscle. And that wasn't good at all. So after I pulled my groin muscle, I said, let me sit here. And I just sat there and all that. I told myself from that point on, if I was going to play soccer, say if I was going to play soccer in advance, say I needed to play, say I'm going to play 3 weeks from now. If I was going to play soccer 3 weeks from today, I would train on my own by myself. And then I would go out there and play with them. I'll probably do 4 weeks on my own. I mean, 4 weeks, 4 days of working out, actually truly with a soccer ball in my hand. I'm on my feet, on my feet. And then from there, I'll go play soccer with them all together. Yes, I would. But anyway, let's talk about this more in detail here. And you may have done this yourself here, or you may know someone that does this on a routine basis. They'll do nothing all during the week, and then the weekend come, they go all out. And that's how you hurt yourself, especially around the ages of 35 and up, I would say 35, 40. If you do that, you can really hurt yourself, and you always hear different stories, and I'll share a few other stories along the way. But what some problems can happen or can occur if you only work out on weekends only? Because it's not a punishment now, and you don't get brownie points if you work out extremely hard on Saturday and do nothing during the week. Because the whole game plan is consistency. Consistency gives you the results that you want in life. You're trying to lose weight, or you're just trying to be healthy overall. You want consistency. You want consistency. That's what we're doing. The challenge right now, we're doing 25 minutes. 25 minutes for 25 days. It's 25 minutes, that's it. You can find somewhere in the time there, you can find somewhere in the time of a whole 24 hours, you can find 25 minutes to work out. But what problems can it lead if you only do on Saturdays only, or only a weekend warrior? What problems can happen? let me tell you what could happen. Let me tell you what it kind of looks like. And what it looks like is that you sit all week long. This is the person that goes that weekend warrior. This is how they look like. I'm describing them. Their sleep is off. Their nutrition is off. I'm looking at my notes here. Stress is high. They do hard. They do a hard workout. They run miles. They lift heavy weights here. They play soccer like they're 25 again. And I'm guilty of that. I can honestly say I'm guilty of doing that, thinking that in my mind here that I can do certain things and all that. Hopefully you can't hear the people in the background yelling downstairs and all. I live in the city, so it's a little loud at times and stuff. But what's going to happen to that person there? That person I described there. That person I described is going to hurt themselves. They sit all week long. They don't do any type of exercise, but they go all out on Saturday, probably Saturday morning, playing soccer or basketball, whatever they're playing, or rock climbing, whatever they're doing. They go all out hiking, rucking. They go all out on that day. What's going to happen to that person? They're actually going to hurt themselves, that person. And it's extremely loud outside. I'm pretty sure you can hear all that. Hopefully they go by pretty soon. But let's keep on going here. Let's keep on going. But the logic behind it is that you want to be consistent. You want to work out little by little bit every day. You want to work out, or at least 4 days a week or something like that, or make your own schedule. You want to be consistent. You don't want to go all out. That's how you hurt yourself. You really do hurt yourself. That's why small daily efforts beats a huge weekend push every time. Exactly. And I'm pretty sure you always heard about the person that goes back to high school. They have a high school class reunion, and the old basketball team maybe play against the current basketball team, or maybe some guys that played in that went to graduate that year. Maybe they pick up a game of basketball they play, and you always hear the guy running for the ball. No one's around him now, but he falls down. And of course, I'm pretty sure you know that person. You know that. Have you heard that before? When the person actually runs for the ball, no one's around them. Guess what happens to them? They pull their Achilles tendon. That's what happened. A lot of times, it's almost like someone shot them, like a gunshot wound or something like that. But it wasn't that, of course. They were just going for the ball, and they pulled their Achilles tendon the whole time. Yes, they pulled their Achilles tendon. You pull your Achilles tendon. That's a long way to recovery there. Could have been prevented by not just being a weekend warrior? Possibly so. A lot of times it has to do with a lot of blood flow. It has to do with and range of motion of that joint there. But let me give you an example of what it looked like for someone that truly works out and not just a weekend warrior. That Saturday to do all the working out on Saturday. During the week they do stuff. Let me just tell you. Let me give you a great example here. 20 to 30 minutes of walking during the week here. That could be various days there. Maybe 10 to 20 minutes of actually doing weight training they could do. And maybe some light resistance training, mobility, and steps they may do. These are all things you do through Monday through Friday, so you won't be killing yourself on Saturday. Because the whole game plan is actually building health, not tearing yourself down. If you only work out on that Saturday and go all out, you're going to hurt yourself. There's no question about that. Weekends, go to weekends supposed to be. Weekends supposed to be about light movement, recovery, family, and also too about being consistent, staying consistent on your workout routine. That's all it's supposed to be about. Mainly about family on weekends. That's what it's really supposed to be. So let's keep it going here. If you train all week, the weekend becomes easy, not dangerous. Let me read that again. If you train all week, the weekends become easier, not dangerous. And that's what the whole concept of being a weekend warrior. And we're trying to prevent things from happening. That's what we're talking about here. And also, too, I always say that I don't want to get hurt because I can't afford to get hurt. If I don't want to be. I have a few things I'm trying to take care of. I have a few goals, financial goals I'm shooting for. If I'm hurt out of work, then guess what that means? That means, I can do PTO, I can do other stuff like that. But I have the other goals I'm working on as well here. And no one wants to be hurt if you don't have to and all that. So by movement, of course, stretching, flexibility, mobility, just training for, say if you're doing a weekend warrior event here, or not weekend warrior, but say if you're doing a marathon, something like that. You want to train for the marathon. And life is the same thing about if you're just a regular day person, you say you're training for, a Mutter event here. And a Mutter event, of course, is like a marathon, but you go through different obstacles, courses like that. And how would I train for that? I wouldn't go out there the day of say I'm 40 years old, say I'm gonna go out the day up. No, I would never do that. Never. I would hurt myself. I would pull probably every ligament in my hamstring, PCL, ACL, MCL, probably tear everything of my knee, just going up and over all the walls and stuff like that. You want to train yourself. You want to prepare yourself for this. It's just this is no different than preparing yourself um, for a test you're taking or a big meeting you have to present at work. This is no different whatsoever what we're doing here. Working out, being consistent, working out, not just the weekend. Because the weekend, of course, is maybe you have a 3-on-3 basketball tournament going on. You train during the week with your team, and then you go show. You just don't show up there. If you do that, then there could be mishaps happening big time and all that. So let's talk about it more here. So what I want you guys to do is, and of course you're doing it on the challenge. I know you guys are doing that with the challenge here, but after the challenge, I want you to continue on here. And so just share this with someone else that you know that's maybe not doing the challenge right that we're doing. And of course the challenge we're talking about is this day 13 of the challenge. We're doing 25 days in a row of working out for 25 minutes. Working out, of course, consists of jump roping, it can be weight training, it could be HIIT training, it could be walking. The main thing is getting that momentum going here. Last week, I think a lot of people were in survival mode last week because it was the first week of doing it. The second week here, people are in what's called momentum. They get a momentum going this week here. And then next week here will be more of a making progress, true making progress. Because what's going to happen, I know myself, on around the 7th or 8th day, I started feeling better, and also to get that consistency of waking up early in the morning and training early in the morning. Because there's nothing like an early morning training session. It's nothing like it, especially if you go to bed. You have to go to bed early the next night, the day before now. But overall, it's a great time. You just feel overall, you feel so much better. Overall, you do. So what I want you guys to do now is those not doing the challenge right now, or maybe just watch this for the first time, I want to challenge you guys out there to do something during the week here. Join our challenge. That's what I always say. Join the challenge. Day 13, this is today. But we have 25 more. We have 25 days total. We're doing this challenge. And then after that, I think we're going to do another challenge after that. We're going to be doing around New Year's, possibly. Maybe the first week of New Year's, we'll start another challenge up, I believe so. But anyways, I want you guys to get your food in, of course, here, get some sleep, and join our challenge, of course, here. Share this with people that you know that may need some help or assistance, or need a team, or just need some camaraderie that we have here. So like that, we'd love to have you on our board here. But anyways, we don't want to sprint through life. We want to pace ourselves in life here. We don't want to sprint We don't want to sprint in life. We want to pace ourselves in life. To life, be lifing sometimes. And the key thing here that we're focusing on is our health, of course. It's not a weekend warrior event here. Weekend warrior event is not going to bring your HDL levels down, your total cholesterol, blood pressure. It's going to be consistency during the week that's going to bring it down. And we want to help you out and get you guys there. So take care, guys. Like and share and subscribe to the channel, of course, here. You're with Dr. JH3. Join the challenge. It's day 13 of the challenge. I'll be back live tomorrow, definitely a little earlier tomorrow. I'll put a post if you want to check me out live tomorrow. Most likely I'll probably go on, I'm thinking around about 5 o'clock tomorrow. I'm going to go live tomorrow, and I'll make a note in the community tab on the YouTube channel. Take care, guys. Talk to you very soon. Take care.